Hey, I know we haven't set aside a time for a Zoom call yet. Hi, Grace, thanks. But I thought I would just do a quick little video that you could look through a couple of times, so maybe you have questions ready when we do get to do our Zoom. Things I'm going to use for this quick session are just my comb with the big teeth. I like this one. It has this big handle, so it's a lot easier on my hand than one without this big handle. This one's pretty sure I got at 3C's or something at a dog show. I have my curved shears. You can see the little bit of curve to them there. And these kind of fine tooth thinning shears. I'm sitting out here in the sun because I think it'll give you the best light on Gracie. Black dog, not good light. It's kind of hard to see. So let's hop her up on the chair here and we'll see what happens. So let's quickly just take a look at Grace. Hey, just a minute, here. So Gracie, you can see she doesn't have that much hair on her. I tend to chop it away because we live on the farm and I just don't want to deal with it. We'll work a little bit on this feathering. You can see this line under here is kind of messy right now. And then again here, there's some dead hair and a bit of a mess that I like to work on. Also, her ear's kind of out of shape and she's got a lot of extra, thank you, give me your face, a lot of extra here. Her chest doesn't look too bad, but we can clean that up a bit, just make it a little fuller. Good girl. First thing I'm gonna do when I have her up here is I'm just gonna take my comb and I'm gonna stick it in the hair and flip it. I know it's so silly when I do that. So silly. I'm just gonna flip it. And just kind of get it in there and flip all the hair out. I know, so ridiculous. You smear a little peanut butter so she'll be a little more cooperative. She's just so fast at eating it. Wait. Yeah. So the first thing you do is just kind of get in and just flip all the hairs. Then you're just going to take those curved scissors and just kind of follow her body down and trim everything off that sticks out. So if it's sticking out past her hip or her leg, I'm just going to trim it off. Not down all the way to the skin, but just those ones you'll see, or you'll learn to see, I guess. The ones that just don't match the shape of her body. I'm going to do the same thing in here. It's going to get rid of that knee sock, they call it, that weird thing that sticks out here. I'm just going to follow the shape of her leg down and get rid of a lot of that. Again, same thing kind of along her belly. Grace, I got to get your legs back here. I know. This is not her normal table. She's kind of like, what are we doing? And I'm going to again just kind of follow the shape of her body up and the shape of her leg down, and just remove anything that's just poking out. I'm not taking a lot. You can see they're just the tips, tiny little tips, maybe 1/4 of an inch. As you can see already, hey Grace, stand, wait. It's just making that look cleaner. It's just giving her a better outline and just showing off her shape. So right here, this huge fluff, it kind of just ruins the shape of her head. This way, come. Can you fit that way? Yes, good girl. So if I get rid of some of this mess here, it'll just make her head look nice and square and not quite so narrow. She doesn't grow much top hair. You can see, I know, bring your head up for me. She doesn't grow much top hair. So I don't know if you could see that, but I'm just lifting her ear, shaking it, and I'm just following the shape of her ear down her body. I'm gonna pull away, get rid of those there. You saw they were just sticking out. Sticks out, it gets cut off. Can you see if I stand over here? Then I'm gonna tip her ear upside down, shake it, and do the same thing. I'm just gonna follow the shape of her ear. She's got peanut butter in it now. Follow the shape of her ear. If you look at this ear, I just, like I said, I just lifted it up. And then when I trimmed, I just followed the ear down and shook it to get all those hairs out and followed the ear down. And on this one, I know, mean old mom. Let me see the head. It's just kind of a ragged mess still. Hey, let me see. Let me see that ragged mess. Let me see that ragged mess. It's just kind of a ragged mess. Taking the scissors, you can see right here all this dead, and I'm just gonna snip the tips off. I know, it's annoying. I'm just following the shape of her. So, didn't take off much, but I think you'll see a big change when we stand her back up. Try to always use your ring finger, because then you won't pull across your scissors as much. It'll help them live a happier life. But I'll just go with my thinners and kind of redo everything I did. And that will just get rid of any harsh lines you might have accidentally created. So I'm not really taking off a lot of hair with these, or really any. I am just, when like right here, she gets a big buildup of hair, so I'm gonna run them in there a couple of times. I'm just tipping everything again to create a softer edge. Right here she gets a ton of buildup, so I will use them a little harder in there. I'm not taking much hair, just, hey, get back up here, come on, Grace. I know, come on, load up. Thank you. Because Mama's hot. Peanut butter in your ear, girly. Peanut butter in your ear. Like I said, I just go over everywhere I just cut. If I see a big, heavy amount of hair, I will stick them in and do a couple of heavier chomps with those thinners. I know. And I'm trying to just do one side, so it seems a little bit weird. Thank you. Good. Nice. Lastly, so you have to be a little careful with this rake. It can cut their skin. You have to make sure to really keep it. Don't let these points hit the skin, but it will also help blend and pull some of that dead hair out. I mean, look, it's just, it doesn't really do anything to their top coat. It's just reaching in and pulling a little more of that hair out. And it's, again, just gonna help me hide any lines I might have created. Thank you. And it'll help get rid of any of that hair that's stuck in there from those scissors. I know, so meaner. Such a mean mama. Yeah, that felt good. Oh, phew. So yeah, just watch your angle when you're using this. I know. Oh man, it makes me so mad. And then lastly, I'll usually wait. I really like the peanut butter, guys. I'll usually just flip through it again with the comb. Just flip, flip, flip. I'm actually just putting it in and pulling away from the body is the kind of action I'm using there. You can see on this side just how shaggy all this looks. Thank you. Let me see your head. And that ear just kind of, it's messy. Oh, bro. Good girl. Spin. And then the finished side. Back, back, back. Good. I know. You have me on this weird chair. It's just cleaner. So.